In three, two, one. What's going on, folks? Welcome to 34 Questions. I'm your host, 34, and tonight we have Kaesevyn in the building.
What's going on, party people? How are y'all?
You chilling, dog? How you doing, man? You chilling?
Yeah, oh yeah, man. I'm taking it day by day, just doing my thing, man.
I appreciate that, man. What's it called? For the folks out there who are unfamiliar with the flow of the show, and Kaesevyn, if you're unfamiliar as well, let's break it down real quick. Oops, wrong
That's all
graphic.
right.
Wrong
All right.
graphic. Anyways, we start off with a warm up. After the warm up, we'll jump into the icebreaker. After the icebreaker, we'll get into the main portion of the podcast where we'll spin the wheel of fate, whichever number it lands on. That's how the conversation will kind of flow. And then after that, we'll finish out with some closeout questions. Sound good to you, okay?
Yeah, oh yeah, man. Bring it on.
Show dog. Well, before all that, I asked how you were doing briefly, but let me just ask you how you been. You've been doing well. You've been doing great. How you been lately, man?
I think I've been doing pretty great, man. This past Friday, I just released my newest album called Underground Heart. Spent about a year and a half working on that. And now I'm kind of in this space, man, where it's, I'm not in album mode no more. So now I get to do the fun part of, of music, where I get to just talk about it and just talk about different things and just not be in the studio so much.
Yeah, man, for sure. I will definitely ask you more questions about that process.
Sure.
But I hear you, and I'm glad to hear you doing well. An exciting time right after an album drops. Now it's all like just the push, right? Or like how you gonna get it out there. You got any shows lined up?
None at the moment. I kind of want the project to breathe a little bit before we really take off and do anything with it. And I also want to get some visuals going in the pipeline, so that way, once we do start doing shows and once we do start rolling out some more promotional things, everything can just kind of fall into place.
Yeah, man. The plan has to be solid.
Oh, absolutely, it's gotta be.
Yeah, my first dream was to be a rapper, right? So I somewhat been in your shoes, but I was never organized. I never really had a plan to push things. I was just expecting to get famous off making songs in my bedroom, have one of them go viral.
Hey, no, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, that's pretty much it.
No, I got you. You just need one. You just need one to like.
Just one good one that a lot of people know and a lot of people like, and then you can just go from there.
You got like a one-hit wonder in your mind that you just feel like you kind of want to get to that status, like there's the Electric Slide and all the other ones.
No, you definitely got to treat, like, when you're independent, you definitely got to treat everything like you got to treat everything like you're about to be a one-hit wonder. Because as far as I'm concerned, I've been doing this, man. I've been doing this for like 14 years now. And the song that I have, the one song that I have that's blown up like far beyond everything else I've put out, came out like 3 to 4 years ago, called XOXO. And it blew, like it did a small little thing, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't nothing great, wasn't nothing grand, but it was like it was dope to know that enough people in the world listened to the song and liked it enough to add it to their playlist, share it with their friends. So I'm like, hey, that's a win's a win. So
dude, that's a bunch of people you touched, right? Like without even.
That's what I'm saying, man.
That's crazy. I hear that. All right, dog. Well, we could talk about that music journey all day, but let's move on to the warm up.
Yeah.
So my first question for you in the warm up is, what would you like the audience to know about you? We kind of talked about your music career, but other than that, what are other things people should know?
I am the kind of person who wants to be the change that I want to be the person to be the change that I want to see. You know what I mean? Like I want to live and breathe and practice what I preach all the time in the music. When I talk to people, I want people to just know I'm just a genuine guy, man. I'm just trying to make it like everybody else. I just happen to do music.
Got you. What's that change that you speak of? Do you know it yet, or you still trying to figure out what that change is going to be?
I want more people. I want more people to love each other. You know what I mean? I grew up, I grew up in the '90s, and I grew up in a semi broken home. But I've seen a lot of hatred, a lot of animosity. I've seen a lot of negativity over the years, and I want the world, man, to get back to a place where everyone treats everybody right. Everyone, is neighborly to each other, loving, positive to each other. I want to get out of the vicious cycle of, you know, everyone feeling like it's got to be, them or nobody. We can all do it together. We can all make something of ourselves. We can all get somewhere. We don't got to tear each other down to do it, though.
Hear that, man? I'm right there with you. I think we're operating with the same frequency.
Oh, absolutely.
I was gonna say, yeah. As far as like being neighborly, do you know your neighbors? Because I feel like that's something I've been wanting to do. I live in an apartment complex, but I stay with my folks, so I can't really be as open as I want to be. But I'm the kind of dude who would like probably post a note on everyone's doors, be like, "Hey, yo, I'm watching the big game this Sunday. Come through. It's all good." Yeah. Like even if I don't know you, but yeah, I feel like people have reservations about doing that these days. Like, can I trust everybody? Can I, am I comfortable with strangers just eating my food, using my restroom? But yeah, so for you, have you tried to connect with your neighbors in that way, or like kind of bring back that energy of like, hey, we live in a close vicinity. We should be looking out for each other, right? Like,
no, yeah. So to answer the question, I do try to be as neighborly as possible. I try to really just respect everybody's space. You know what I mean? If we strike up a conversation just in passing, we'll stand there, bro, and talk for hours and chop it up. I don't care. But other times when I see that my neighbors are to themselves, I tend to just, be fine with that. All right, they're to themselves. I'm not going to go over there at the very least and like cause a ruckus or cause a disturbance. Otherwise, I mean, shit, I don't care, dude. We can kick it. I don't care. You know what I mean? I will suggest though, man, like if that's something that you really want to do, like invite everybody over. All it takes is the one time, you know what I mean? And then, and you can start small. Like you can just invite one neighbor. You can invite the two right beside you or something like that. Somebody you met down the hallway. Like just start with one. And then from there, like that's how you get to, to vet people, so to speak. You like figure out who you can trust, who you can't. And then you just, kind of go from there.
I hear that. I should start small. Maybe.
Always start small. And then, because like I feel like if you aim too high, if you try to go too big all at once, like you're destined to fail. You know what I mean? Gotta be set realistic expectations from the jump, and then from there, okay, boom, we did this one time. Now let's do it a second time and do it bigger, and then so on and so forth.
I hear that. It sounds like a lesson learned.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Do you mind me asking what the story might be behind that? You don't got to give me the full. I'm sure it might be a long story, but yeah, go ahead.
So it's not really like a particular story.
Mm-hmm.
I've been blessed, man, with just having wisdom and just watching, being able to observe like other people fall into a situation or fall into a scenario where this negative thing happens to them, and then just kind of sit back with them in the hindsight of everything and analyze like, all right, cool, I see where this went wrong, I see where it went left, and now I know as well as that the next time this happens, right, we know what to do next time and what not to do.
Yeah, I got you. I'm definitely the kind of person who learns the hard way. It's hard for me to take advice because I always tell myself like, nah, there has to be another way. There has to be a way.
I mean, no, but it's like it's delusional. It's delusional until it works, and then it's genius. So you got to do what you got to do, man.
Very true, man. I listen to some of the people that I guess I've looked up to in my life, and every time, like, for example, I don't know if you're familiar with streetwear, but there's a dude with Staple. I don't know if you know that brand, but he's pretty popular from like New York, and it's kind of popped up everywhere now. And he's in the same vein as the Hundreds. Are you familiar with the Hundreds, like Bobby Hundreds?
Yeah.
Same kind of deal. And then when people ask him, like, you know, how did this happen or how did you do it? I'm kind of like him in the sense that, like, oh, I don't know how to do anything. Honestly, I just like making clothes and people bought them. And then I just kept riding that wave. And I'm like, I wish that worked out for everybody.
For real. No, because dude, the people that are on make it seem so damn easy. Like, oh yeah, I just did this and I just did that, and then next thing you know, now we're here. It's like, okay, so what about me? I've been doing this shit for a while. Like, what the hell?
And that's the thing, man. The universe works in very mysterious ways, and you know, this is kind of off script, but like, do you believe in that fate thing, or is it like we create our own fate? You know, what are your thoughts on that?
Little mix of both. So I grew up in a Christian household, and when I would say, man, I was maybe like 13, 14 when I really like got into it, like really wanted to know, like, you know, what isn't, what could be, all that. And I went to church, man, till I was about, I'd say maybe like 16, 17. And then I started having a whole lot of questions that no one could really answer. So I figured, okay, well, if you guys can't answer them and y'all have been doing this faith thing way longer than I have, then it only makes sense to just kind of go out on my own and figure it out for myself what I'm trying to figure out. And the best thing I can tell you is that if you are religious, if you do believe in something or don't or whatever works for you, you know what I mean? Whatever helps you sleep at night, whatever helps you process, cope with, whatever, do you know what I mean? As long as you're happy, long as no one's doing anything illegal, long as no one's hurt, long as no one, you know, has anything negative happen to them, you're gonna be fine. It is what it is.
Got you, Doc. Yeah, we could talk about the spiritual stuff in a moment. But my next question for you in the warm-up, man, is how would you like to be honored? If there's a way I could kind of express the energy that you give out, what sort of act could I do? And let me know if you need more clarification on this question.
No, that seems pretty straightforward. It's gonna be a long-winded answer, so I do apologize.
Go for it, man.
An act that you could do, like to honor just me, or just in general?
To honor you, like the way I frame it is, if let's say you move far away, all your friends and family, it was your birthday or something, they're like, man, we want to do something for Kaesevyn, or like just want to try to feel his presence. You know, what sort of thing could we do to celebrate you? You know,
go love on somebody. Go call, you know, your mom, your dad, auntie, cousin, sister, brother, someone you haven't talked to in a long time, and just let them know, hey, look, I know we haven't spoken in a while, you know what I mean, but you've been on my mind lately, and I just wanted to remind you that I love you, you know, I'm thinking about you, you know what I mean, something like that. I'm the kind of dude, man, like I tend to not really think about myself. I tend to think about others and doing for others a lot. So when it comes to like honoring me specifically, what I want you to do is just go love on somebody, man. Just go spread the positivity that I'm trying to, if I can, you know what I mean? So like a side gig outside of doing the music, I work in hospitality. So a lot of times people will try to tip me or tip my team, and you know, they'll dig in their pockets or their wallets, and they don't have anything. And I always tell them, I say, listen, when you can't give love. Go do something nice for somebody today. You know what I mean? If you come back, bro, and you want to tip us, that's fine, that's cool, that's on you. But I'm not really looking for that, man. I want you to be safe. I want you to be happy. I want you to feel loved, because you know what I mean? It's 2024, man. There's a lot of fucking people in the world that don't feel that. You know what I mean? it's too much going on, man, to be worried about money. Money, you know, fucking money would solve a lot of my problems, honest to God. But you know, like, but I'm not looking for that, man. Like the bigger picture, man, is I want people to love each other. I want people to spread positivity. I want people to be there for one another. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And what are your thoughts on like what got us so far away from that? Or like, you know, why do people feel so more, I don't want to say separated, but I feel like people are just doing their own thing. That's what's wrapped up in their mind. It's like their story, you know, yeah. So
it's a lot of it, man, is just it's divide and conquer, honest to God. Like I'm no conspiracy theorist, man, but I mean if you look at what's being pushed on social media or like just in the news, you know, in the music that you listen to, everything, man, like there's a narrative that's being pushed that, you know, everybody's a main character.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And do not get me wrong, your story's no more important than mine, and mine is no more important than yours, right? But I feel like just because you're on a journey that's going to lead you to a different destination than where I'm going does not mean that I can't help you get there. It doesn't mean that you can't help me get to where I'm going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
You know, I honestly feel like, man, if a lot more people came together and like had like these uncomfortable conversations about the things that are actually dividing us as a society, we'd get a lot further. Instead of being afraid to talk about it or afraid to offend someone, afraid to step on toes. That's what you got to do, man, in order to heal. You got to deal with the trauma. You got to deal with the problem. If we keep skirting around the issue, we keep talking around the subject, bro, we're never going to get anywhere.
I hear that, man. I think just being open and to have that conversation is like a huge step. And I don't know if, you know, since I work with students, I try to like throw those nuggets in there without telling them what to do. Because if when you're a teenager, if someone tells you what to do, you're like doing the opposite of that. So I have
to, definitely.
It has to happen organically, at least in their minds. But I hear you, man. Look, I gotta be real with you, man. Your answers and just your perspective, I feel like we would really be able to talk a lot longer, but I do have to keep it pushing right now.
No, for sure, man. I'm sorry that I keep giving you these long-winded answers. I know we only got so much time.
No, it's good. It's good. I don't want you to feel like you have to censor yourself. And I always tell my guests, if we don't get through the whole thing right now, you're always welcome to come back for like a round 2.
Okay.
Talk some more.
For sure.
My next question for you, Doug, my last question in the warm-up is, on a scale from 1 to 10, how well do you know yourself?
I'd honestly say, man, like 5. And I say that because like, so I'll be 28 come June 8th this year. And for as much as I think I know about me, there's a whole side of me. There's a plethora of things, man, that, you know, my wife knows more about me than I do. You know what I mean? My kids know more about than I do. You know what I mean? I'm not omnipotent. You know what I mean? I don't know everything. And then that's not limited to you know, just me. You know what I mean? It's not limited to just the world either. So like I said, I would put myself at a 5 only because, well, I've only lived like half of my life anyways. I have no clue what the next, you know, 28 years are going to look like if I make it there. You know what I mean? So simply put, I would say I'm at a 5, and I'm looking forward to learning the rest about me.
Oh, what would you say is the last thing that surprised you about yourself, where, you know, you were asked to step up to in a certain task and you're like, oh shit, I can do this. This is me. I didn't even know that. Yeah.
It would probably be just stepping into leadership altogether. So like when I was younger, my dad always used to tell me, so I have 2 older brothers. My dad always used to tell me my oldest brother doesn't want to be a leader. My middle brother is a leader, but he doesn't realize how to lead, right? And then for me, he would always tell me that you want to be a leader, but you're just not ready. So my dad passed away, unfortunately, in 2010, and it was his passing that woke me up, and kind of gave me that sign, like if there was no other time to step up and be a leader and be a man, then right now, then I'm gonna wait on forever. You know what I mean? I got to figure it out and figure it out quick because, well, there goes my safety net.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's crazy. And yes, RIP to Pops, man.
For sure, that, man. I appreciate that.
Sure. Yeah, leadership is kind of wild, and it's crazy how insightful your dad was to tell you that at such a young age. Like, you're like,
hey, man, I get all of this wisdom, man. I swear to God, I get from both my parents. Like I said, I just being the youngest, man. It gives you a perspective of, you get to watch everybody else do everything first. You get to see them succeed or fail, or come up with like a draw or something, like a stalemate. So you get to watch all of that and then like apply all of that to what you're doing. And then I don't know, man. For me, it just helps me move, man. Like getting to see and listen to everybody else and how they did it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, cool. Well, I haven't approached that yet. I haven't gotten there yet, but maybe I'll remember this tidbit of advice. Maybe I'll remember this little story, this information right here when I do get there, if I do.
Yeah, I got you. And since we talking about folks right now, are you, would you say, what's one thing you would say as a quality you got from mom and one quality you got from pop? I know the wisdom's there, but
For sure that. No, I appreciate it. From my mom, I've got the quality of being a social butterfly. So I'm not good at parties. I'm not good in like big crowds of people, networking events. I'm not that guy. I don't like going. I don't want to go, but I also know that it comes with the territory that I got to go.
I got you.
But once I'm there, right? And if there's alcohol involved, after a shot of liquid courage, I'm good. Or at the very least, if there's like a smoking section, then I'll be fine. Then I'll be fine. Like once I calm the nerves down, bro, I'm talking to everybody. I'm damn near dancing around like I'm the one hosting this shit.
I got you.
He would swear up and down like, yeah, no, buddy over there, yeah, no, he runs this whole thing. He knows what's going on. But yeah, no, so that's what I got from mom. And then from dad, my dad taught me at a very early age like how to play chess. So I got a lot of like my analyzing skills, a lot of my critical thinking and whatnot from him. So I'm able to sit back and really like look at something happening from like three different perspectives, right? I can look at an argument happening. Let's take my kids, for example, right? I'm able to, as dad, look at my son's point of view about what happened. And I'm able to look at my daughter's point of view about what happened, and both, mesh them both together and see, okay, this is exactly what happened. You know what I mean? So I feel like from dad, for sure, I got my critical thinking and analyzing. And then from mom, I for sure got like the social butterfly aspect, even though I am not shit at parties. Dude, I get the worst social anxiety when I'm out and about. Oh my God. But like I said, after I calm my nerves down, all right, we're here. Let's just get through it. I'm off to the races.
For sure, man. And one more follow-up to this is you told me about moms, you told me about pops, but tell me what's something that you got from your environment. You know how it's like nature versus nurture. So yeah, from biologically, what passed down to you. Now from nurture and like your environment, how did that shape you? What's one quality that you got from just in where you are?
It all made me double down on my parents' teachings. You know what I mean? It made me double down on continuing to try to be a good person. Um, one thing that, aside from the qualities that they left me, one perspective that they left, for me specifically, is being able to do for others out of the kindness of your own heart and never expect anything back. Um, I feel like that is an art, that is a skill that's kind of lost on people today. Not a lot of people know how to do that. And just genuinely not look for anything back, dude. I've been the kind of guy, I want to say my whole life, man. I've been the kind of guy to just try to help people as often as I can, as much as I can. So the way I look at things, it's a dog eat dog world out there, and everybody needs somebody to support them. Everybody needs someone to love on them. To feel loved. So I figure, okay, well, if they can't go get it nowhere in our environment, why not be the catalyst for that? Why not give that to them? Why not be that provider, of someone who's going to, listen to you and not judge you, and not want anything back from you other than, well, what's your story?
Yeah, I got you. Joe, man. Well, we made it to the end of the warm-up. We're about to
show that. Woo-woo.
we're about to turn to the icebreaker.
Show that.
So you got about 34 seconds on the clock. Let me ask you, would you do a this or that, or a would you rather, or this or that, or word associate?
This or that, because if I got 34 seconds, man, I'm gonna give you a fucking long answer again.
No, it's good, because after the 34 seconds, I will dive deeper into one of your answers.
Okay.
But we'll start with the this or that. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Massive success by accident or modest success on purpose?
Modest success on purpose.
Sort by price or sort by rating?
By rating.
See the future or change the past?
See the future.
Group hangout or one-on-one hangout?
Group.
Vacation or staycation?
Nah, vacation for sure.
Win the lottery or land your dream job?
Oh, shit. Lottery.
Roller coasters or water slides?
Water slide.
Win a race or win a debate?
Win a debate.
Oh. All right, let's go with something easy. Why'd you choose water slides over roller coaster?
So I've actually got a fear of heights. Like I don't dislike roller coasters by any means. I don't dislike getting on like amusement park rides or nothing crazy. I dislike the idea of, what if this shit derails and I go flying through the air and there's no solid ground underneath me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On a water slide, right? Okay, cool. I go off the track. There's a pool down here under all of this shit. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be hurt, but I'm gonna be all right landing in the water.
Okay, I got you. I could think of 1,000 possibilities. One of the things that hold me up on water slides, I don't know why I think this way, but like, it's a tube that you're supposed to go really fast in, and I'd be thinking that, over time there's gonna be little like pieces and stuff that like kind of pop out, and I don't want to get like scratched up going down a water slide. I don't think I've ever heard it happen before, but like even getting stuck in a tube and they have to like take shit apart and bring you down. But
I feel you. I don't know, man. I think I trust water slides a little bit more because like I feel like the materials that they have to build that shit out of, like it has to be able to withstand like a lot. You know what I mean? Roller coaster, dude, you fucking assemble, disassemble, pick up, move, reassemble. I feel like that's just a whole lot of like wear and tear all at once, just putting the shit away and then putting it back, you know what I mean? Versus this water slide that's been here for like 6-7 months and hasn't gone anywhere other than like, turn the water on, turn the water off. Like,
I got you. Less opportunity for something to fail.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like,
I got you. And then remind me again what you said for a group hangout or one-on-one hang.
Group. because there's strength in numbers.
I gotcha. Like, yeah. Well, tell me more about that. What do you mean by strength in numbers?
No, for sure. So the old saying, like, two heads are better than one, right? Like the one-on-ones, I save that for, like, for my important relationships. You know what I mean? Like my wife, my kids, family and whatnot. Like I can have a one-on-one all day long. I don't care. But like if I'm gonna be out and about somewhere, and if it's just me, I'd rather it be me and a group of us versus me and like one other person. Only because like the opportunity for for a more random experience, for a more spontaneous kind of interaction, is bound to happen. You know what I mean? And you've always got like the typecast people that are in groups, man. You got the loud one, you got the one you can't take nowhere, you got the one who's always trying to go home, you got the one who's just trying to get something to eat. You know what I mean? It's just a little bit more fun when you've got, like, when it's a group of us trying to go have a good time versus like, something I can do like one-on-one, with wifey. You know what I mean? Like it just not to say that like hanging out with my wife isn't fun, because it fucking is, but like it's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. I feel that. All right, Doc. Let's move on to the main portion of the pod, where we turn to the Wheel of Fates.
Okay.
So when I give it a spin, if the question's too hard, too personal to talk about, feel free to pass. All right.
No, for sure. Listen, man, I'm at the mercy of the podcast, bro. Hit me with your best shot.
Sure, man, I got you. Here we go with for 13, your first question. Would your younger self be proud of you?
Oh shit. I really want to say yeah. Because and honest to God, so my younger self didn't even think that he was gonna get to this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So once I turned 18, like the world switch just flipped on, and like, all right, cool, here we go. Fucking, we're here now, and we're doing shit. Half the time, man, I feel like I'm on autopilot. But I would say that I think my younger self would be proud of who I am. Not proud of like some of the stuff that I've done to get here, per se, but proud nonetheless, because hey, fuck it, man, we made it.
Yeah.
We're able to say that we got here. So
I feel that, man. When would you say like your stream of consciousness began? In the sense, the way I put it is like, for me, I don't know why, and I don't know if this is a good or bad thing, but like since I was maybe around 6th grade, 12 years old, whatever, like those memories and the person that I am kind of feels like it's been not the same, but like I could recall those memories from when I was 12 to now and just be like, this was part of the whole story, right? Versus when I was like 11 or something, I was like, oh no, that was kid me, and now this is like the person that I am.
No, for sure. No, I would have to say the same thing, man. Like 12 years old. I remember, it's funny because I remember one day, I can't remember if it was after my 12th birthday or before, but I remember like waking up one day and everything was just different. Everything felt different. I wasn't thinking the same way. I wasn't like moving the same way. I literally just woke up, got out of bed, and was like, huh. Okay, this is what we're doing now.
Yeah, man. And I don't know if you know what moment that was that kind of like made you think that way. I know for me, it was my grandpops, he passed away, but I didn't know him that well. He was in the Philippines. I was here in California. And I was very like, why don't I miss him as much as everybody else does? Just that internal reflection and dialogue for myself. Like, that really put me down as a kid because I thought something was wrong with me. Until I realized a lot later that like, oh, of course, didn't know him that well. Didn't miss him as but yeah, just that reflection made me go like, damn, like, what am I doing here? And like, how can I make my time here like meaningful?
For sure. For sure. to be that introspective, man, as a kid, honestly, man, it's like, I find that to be a very like redeeming and more like mature quality about you. You know what I mean? First and foremost, my condolences, for your grandfather.
Right on.
Um, but I feel like to be sentient enough, to be cognizant enough of, you know, trying to figure out like why don't I feel the same way as everybody else does. You know what I mean? And to keep that and then to later have an answer for it, right? That just shows like, that shows who you are as a core. Like, damn, like I need to figure out for myself why this feels this way. Why don't I feel like everyone else does? And then to realize, oh, okay, that's all right, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but no, but like that's like part of the journey, and in a way, like, figuring out why am I not like everybody else? Why am I not doing this? Why don't I, feel that same way? And it just, to me, man, it just means like, hey, you're an individual. Nothing, negative about it. It's just, hey, like you had a question, you didn't feel the same way or as deep about it as everybody else did, and then you found an answer. Like, oh, okay, cool. Well, that's what it is, But I mean, you still got respect for him. You still got, the love and and everything like that going on, and in the family. So it's like it's no harm, no foul. It's just like, all right, hey, I mean, y'all are broken up about granddad, but I didn't know granddad. So like, what you want me to do?
Nah, for sure, man. I was very. I wish I had found out that answer a lot sooner. I spent like 6 years from 12 to 18 to really like figure this out, and then yeah, at 18.
That's how long it fucking takes, man. Because I was 14. I was 14 when my dad passed, so I held on to that for like, fuck, dude, like a while. Like I would say like 6-8 years before I realized that, like, yeah, no, man, everything that you've done from his time of passing up to present is like that's been the test, and now we're here. So just keep on going. You passed. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I got you. One follow up to that for you is, do you think people are more alike or more different? Like, I know we have individuality, and also, I don't. In my mind, I still don't know the answer to this question. I'd have to think about it. But yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
I think people are a lot more alike than we let ourselves believe. Um, there's common ground everywhere you look. You know what I mean? There are people, all the way in like Taiwan or fucking North Korea that might like the same fucking rapper that I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But because of where we come from, right? We're supposed to not like each other. We're supposed to be different. You know what I mean? Like, obviously we're different, skin color, facial features, all that shit. Obviously we're different. We look different, right? But beneath the surface, we're kind of all the fucking same. Like, I like music that spans, dude. My music library, my personal library, I've got shit that's like classical music, and then shit'll come on and it's like fucking metal, and then right after metal it'll fucking go to K-pop, and then after K-pop it's fucking it's like some West Coast bounce, and then after that it's this, and then after that it's this, and I can vibe with a whole lot more people because of my taste in music, because I genuinely tend to like everything that I listen to. So to me, like, it doesn't matter like where you sit, like, with politics or some shit, or where you sit with, your religion or anything like that. Like, that's cool. That's fine that, that you don't believe in the same shit that I believe in, or that's fine that, our political ideals don't line up. But we both got to admit this is a dope fucking song right here.
Yeah.
So there's no getting around that. It's like,
no, I got you, man. That's the tools of the people that want to divide, right? Like politics and religion. I think the two things that the old world would point to and try to decide else not. And then media doesn't help because they just put on the two different sides versus everybody, the 90% of us that are kind of like in the middle and kind of like trying to figure it out with each other.
Right.
Yeah, so it's a trip, man. But I got you. I think it's time for another spin.
Spin it. Let's go.
got number 4.
All right, for sure that.
This one is sort of related to it almost sounds like a follow-up to the first one about your younger self being proud of you, but number 4 is how have you disappointed yourself?
How have I disappointed myself? So I know like a lot of what I'm like talking about now, like peace, love, and positivity. Like I wasn't always, this way. I didn't always like feel like, spreading peace, love, and enjoyment and nothing like that. Not to say that like I wanted to be out here like, promoting like hate or, nothing crazy, nothing stupid like that. But I did in my younger years, man, I did a lot of people fucking dirty. You know what I mean? Like emotionally, like I had a severe superiority complex. I was not like a serial cheater, but like I was a cheater. You know what I mean? I 100% like I am the cause of a lot of my fucking failed relationships. You know what I mean? And being able to come out on the other side of it, let me know and let me see like, yeah, looking back, no, dude, you were the fucking problem the entire time. You felt wronged in these situations, which, obviously we can always fucking justify like, hey, you did this, so I did that. But like in hindsight, man, it's like, dude, it wasn't even that serious. When you really sit down and think about it, it wasn't that serious and you didn't have to fucking do that. And then the other thing too, man, like, just young, wasn't ready for commitment, wasn't ready to, be smart, really.
Yeah.
So a lot of the disappointment came from just being fucking hard-headed, just wanting to do things the hard way and just, do it how I saw fit. But now that I'm a little bit older and I'm a little bit more seasoned, I'm like, yeah, no, I understand why we are here and I'm happy to be here. And then inversely, I feel like if I ever had the opportunity to go back in time and like change any of that, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be the same person, no way. So for as messed up as I made things when I was younger, I mean, it's made some people stronger, some people weaker. Me, I feel like it's fine-tuned who I am as a person, and really, taught me humility and like how to humble myself.
Hear that, man. I can't. I don't know if I've done as much dirt, but I know I've done dirty things, and I'll tell you this, man. Just recently, maybe last year, something happened between me and a homie, like back in our college years. And I don't know why, but at a certain point, I ended up texting him out of the blue, haven't talked to him in 12 something years. I'm like, yo, dog, I'm sorry about what happened.
Hey, man, that's fucking maturity, man. No, kudos to you, dog. Like, for real.
I know.
No, because it really, man, it takes like, it takes a mature person to be like, after an argument like that, not speaking to somebody for 12 years, it takes the bigger person to be like, hey, man, look, I know we had some issues. I don't really want to reopen the wound, but I just want to let you know, man, I'm sorry that it got to where it was. And I'm sorry that we haven't spoken in so long. Dude. So honestly, man, kudos to you, man, for being the one to be like, yeah, man, let me go ahead and reach out. You know what I mean?
And it's funny how it works, because I don't know if he's ever really thought about it. Like maybe I was just like some dude in the past by now. But for him to still be on my mind every once in a while and be like, man, it kind of sucks. And I'm pretty sure I had thought before, like before the 12 years came, that, oh, maybe I should say something, but I didn't. I kept waiting. So I was like, man, fuck it. Like, even if he thinks like, why the fuck is this guy hitting me up right now? Like, I still wanted to get it off my chest and just make sure we were at peace.
Did he hit you back?
He did. We talked for a bit after that, like he gave me a little update on his life, gave up a little update on mine.
Right on.
Talked about basketball, because we were really close about basketball. And just like, damn, it would be like, what sucks is that I do kind of regret like all those great moments where we're both fan of the Warriors. So when they had their whole dynasty thing happen, that would have been something we really would have enjoyed together. But since we had a falling out and didn't really want to talk to you. It's like, oh man, how great was that? How great was that happening? You know?
No, for sure. But I mean, now the good news is that, man, now that y'all have reconnected, right? Like now the door's open for the future. Like, hey man, like fucking look, I got front row tickets, bro. You want to go to the game? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, you know, I love the optimism. I don't know if we're that back at that point, because after that,
I mean, you never know though, man. You never know.
never know. Because yeah, things could happen, but for now, I think it's just nice to be able to say we kind of closed that chapter, got some closure on whatever it was we were like bickering about back then.
For sure that.
But yeah, it was interesting. I was gonna ask you if you ever had that, like, because you talked about reaching out to people or like just saying what's up, how you doing. I think something I catch myself doing nowadays is really like, I don't even say hi to a lot of my old homies. If I'm gonna text them, I just be like, "You good?" ? And just to see what they say, like, because they know what it's about. I'm not gonna like super sugarcoat it. I just want to know you doing all right, like, because I still.
No, for sure. So I would have to say like 2017, like I lost, I lost the crew that I was hanging with. So it kind of goes back to the, to me being like, you know, to cheating and whatnot, right? There was a whole bunch of drama. To keep it like very short and simple, because we only got so much fucking time. How would I put it? The crew thought that I did something that in all reality never happened.
I see.
And there was no real communication from them to me or me to them about what it was that was going on. All I knew is I woke up one day, or like I looked up one day, and the group chat hadn't gone off in like a few hours. So I look at the group, I look at the chat, and like boom, everybody left. I'm like, what's this? Like, what the fuck? So then we fast forward a little bit, you know, and I figure out the reason why, you know what I mean? Like everyone left, everyone, you know, felt the way that they did and whatnot. And it sucked, man, because like at the time I was also like going through a very bad breakup. So like I lost my girl, lost my friends. Now I'm here by myself. Like I don't know what the fuck to do. Like I'm just here by the wayside. But then we fast forward to like 2018, 19, somewhere around there. And then, you know, one of my homies, he hit me up like, hey, bro, you good? How you been? Like, what's going on? But I'm on the receiving end, like, y'all ain't talked to me in all this fucking time. What the fuck do you want? You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of like on the defensive, like, no, what is this? Like, y'all, the last thing y'all had to say to me was like negative. So what do you want now? So boom. So they actually invited me over, man. Like, hey, yo, we have this little kickback going on. We was thinking about you. You want to slide through, you know, come grab a brew or something like that, man. Just come back, you know, come down and kick it. You can. I'm like, you know what? So like my heart was telling me, yeah, go so you can go get some closure, because it's whatever happened is gonna come up. But then like the other part of me was like, nah, because what if this is a trap? What if it's a trap and they just, you know, they're on some fuck shit? So I went and, you know, and we kicked it and whatnot. And then, you know, come to find out, like I said, you know, there was no real communication between nobody about what happened. And I'm sitting there, I had to sit there and set the record straight for all of them. Like, yo, like that's not what it was at all. Like that's not what happened at fucking all.
Yeah.
Like in no realm did it occur. And then they just, you know, their faces just now figuring that out was like, damn, we fucked up.
Yeah.
We fucked up big time. Holy shit. So
and it was years too. I got you.
The good news is, like, you know, they're still my homies. They moved out to Vegas. So they're fucking out there doing their thing. But it's still all love though, you know what I mean? Like, you know, they're growing, we growing, you know, they're doing their thing, I'm doing my thing. They periodically come back to Cleveland. I'm still trying to figure out a reason why, besides them, to go out to Vegas.
I got you.
You know what I mean? It's just like I want to go to Vegas, but I keep hearing shit about Vegas. I'm like, I ain't from there, so I don't know.
Yeah, man. I mean, so I didn't go to Vegas till I was like 30 last year, 33. But yeah, I hadn't gone because I kept telling myself I don't want to go unless I'm balling.
Type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, I want to have a reason to go to the capital, like the sinful capital of the world. Like,
so I didn't go when I was balling.
okay.
And I had some like, I had my experience there, but maybe it just wasn't me. I think it's really more of a place for the ladies because the ladies get treated way differently out there. Like,
Absolutely.
and
No, I
now,
understand.
yeah, and I from my guy friends, they're like, oh, you got to know how to do Vegas right and all this. I don't know. Maybe I missed that excitement. I should have gone in my 20s, and now in my 30s, I'm like, not as great as everybody said it was. I'm just losing money here. So,
No, dude, shit changes when you get fucking older, man. Like the shit that seemed really fun, like at 21, like now, like I said, I'm gonna be 28 this year. I'm like, nah, dude, that's fucking stupid. Why would you do that?
It's part of the life journey, man. We all get in there.
Why would you leave the house, man? You ain't got no money. What the fuck are you going to Vegas for?
All right, man. We made it to the last portion of the pod. But before we head to the closeout questions, there's this exercise I would like you to do with me. It's called the 34th mantra. Right. So basically, you got to finish a statement. I am. I can. I am blank. I can blank. I will. You'll be speaking to the universe for this one. So, yeah, whenever you're ready, man. I am. I can.
Let me see. I am humble. I can be the greatest something for somebody, and I will succeed at helping as many people on this planet as I possibly can before I'm gone.
Dig it, dog. Appreciate you doing that exercise.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. That was spiritual, dude. Like, y'all understand.
And if now you have a soundbite to remind yourself who you are, what you can do, what you will do.
I appreciate it so much.
No worries, dog. All right, man. Here we go to the closeout questions.
Fire away.
This is this question is from my previous guest. Shout out to Barry. If you knew that the world was gonna end tomorrow, what would you do?
If I knew the world was gonna end tomorrow, what would I do today? I would tell as many people as I possibly can, obviously family included, how much I love them and how much I care about them. And no matter what does or doesn't happen, I'm always going to be there for them.
Gotcha. Is that a text or are you going to call them?
No, I'm pulling up.
Oh,
I'm pulling up. Look, man, the world's ending at 5:00. Like, we're going. I got some people to go see. Like,
I got you, Doc, for sure. Second to last question for UK is what's your question for the next person on 4 questions?
Let me see. My question for them, I don't want to stump them, but like I want to give them something good.
Oh man, yeah, give something to chew on,
Yeah, no, let me see.
Take your time.
My question to them would be, if at the end of your journey, you get everything that you've ever dreamed of and had the chance to start all over, would you?
Just writing this down.
Yep.
If at the end of your journey you get everything you dreamed of, would you start over?
Yeah, if you got to the end of your journey and you got everything you ever wanted, everything you ever dreamed of, and then had the chance to start all over, would you?
Got you. Or would you? I like to answer these questions too. Like,
No,
when did you get the next one?
For real.
To be honest with you, I feel like if I got to the end and I had everything, I wouldn't mind starting over. But because I'm not there and I'm exactly where I'm at right now, I'm getting towards like, nah, I don't think I would.
No, that's fair.
I would have I would have to enjoy it a little bit, you know?
No, absolutely, man, absolutely.
Yeah. I think for me though, I really try to just really appreciate where I'm at, right? Like I'm sure I know there's a lot of talented people out there and who that never get that big break, never, like have that breakthrough that they want. So it's tough, man. I know for sure though, if I ever got there, I think I would want to, just because if I don't think I'll ever get everything I want to dream of, because once I get something, I'm always going to dream of something else, something to do. So like, I don't know, I'm thinking like, what would it take? At what point in my life would I be like, I would want to press the reset button? So that's a good one. I'm chewing on it.
We try to stay introspective, man. Just give people just a different point of view, so to speak, on what they're doing. Make them think outside the box a little bit.
Sure, man. And before we get to the last question, I kind of want to ask you, how did you hear about this podcast? Because I think the first person where I didn't reach out to, like, you found me somehow. You signed up on the calendar before I even got to reach out to you.
So a lot of being an independent artist, like I'm doing a lot of my own legwork, you know what I mean? So I'm doing the research about, hey, is this radio station open to independence? Is this podcast? Is this person, this whatever? And I go through, a whole like process of, I gotta turn into a stalker a little bit, because it's like, all right, boom. I see the profile, I see the Google search, I see this. Okay, but now who's been on here? Okay, great. This person's been on there. Let me see their story. Let me kind of see what it's like, you know what I mean, for this other person using this platform, this service and whatnot. And if it works for them, screw it. All right, well, if it was easy for them to get on, fuck it, why not? You know what I mean? And then I think the other thing was like, I may have seen, if it wasn't a Google search, it was some kind of like post, it was some kind of ad or something like that I seen like on Instagram or Facebook or something on social media for sure.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Screw it, why not? Like the biggest thing was I was just kind of like looking outside the box instead of like looking for, podcasts that focus on music, right?
Yeah.
Look for something where it's not music oriented at all. Like look for something totally different, because who knows, man, maybe they've got like an opening for a guest. Maybe there's an opportunity somewhere where you can sit down and talk to somebody, just to get your face out there. Screw it, you know what I mean? Like you don't got to talk about the music all the time, but it's just not. And then it's nice too, man, to just find people like yourselves, who's open to just having a conversation with people, total strangers at that. And it kind of goes along with the way that I carry myself. Is like, I find in my life, man, I've had a lot more like down to earth, like soulful conversations with complete strangers, where there's no pressure, no cards on the table, you know what I mean? You don't know much about me and I don't know much about you, but we're gonna, have that chemistry throughout this conversation. And it's so fucking rewarding.
Dude, it's so wild
to talk to people, man.
It's wild, man. I think the universe was working in those mysterious ways, because I think we had a great conversation. I would love for you to come back on for another.
Absolutely.
And let's
talk. It would be 100% my pleasure, man.
Nah, well, I don't know if you're down for it, but I would love to I'll take a listen to your album and go through it, because
Oh, dude, that would be great. You don't understand. Like, I would be so grateful if you would. I would, from the bottom of my heart. It would do nothing more than fucking make me happy. Like, but I will tell you this. As an artist, like, this is the part where I kind of got to get serious.
Yeah.
I do not want the conversation that we've had so far to influence the way that you listen to the project. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
I want you to listen to it, just as a fan of hip hop. Critique it the way that you would anything and anybody else. And if you do not like it, tell me. You are not going to hurt my feelings, because as an artist, it is my job to get better. It's my job to improve on everything that I do. So I've got to look for the negative criticism. I got to look for the constructive feedback, so that way I can take those notes, apply it to what I'm doing, and get better. Even if I don't come back and be like, haha, in your face, whatever, right? But I still want to get better, you know what I mean, in my artistry. So that way, even if I don't become the great, like, even if I don't, become the greatest artist, the greatest rapper, the greatest anything, I'm still remembered as like, nah, dude got it. He's got something. You know what I mean? He's not all talk. Like, he actually sounds pretty fucking good. But no, dude, I'll for sure send you the, I'll for sure send you a link. You know what I mean? Or, if you listen on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music, whatever, dude, yeah, I got you.
I will find it. I will listen. I'll reach out back to you.
I appreciate it,
because it's something I've been wanting to do, but haven't really worked out with a bunch of other musical artists that I've had on the show. But I am a big lyricist. I really like to, when I hear your bars and there's something that sticks out to me, I'm gonna be like, yo, why'd you write that? Like, what came up for you in that moment? So that's where I'm coming from. I'm very more conscious hip hop.
For sure.
90s. I grew up on East Coast hip hop more than West Coast. But yeah, it's very lyrical for me. I'll give it a listen. I'll let you know.
Sure.
And yeah,
I appreciate it, seriously.
I have to work on giving honest feedback, because I'm a nice guy, and it's hard for me to say that stuff.
and that's why I was telling you, if you don't like it, tell me that you don't like it, because like I said, bro, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. You're doing me a favor by telling me you don't like it. But the only thing I would prefer is, if you don't like it, try to be specific about what you don't like.
For sure,
you know
for
what I mean?
sure, yeah.
Like, don't do me a favor, man. Like, don't just call me a fucking whack artist. Like, don't say my shit, because then that doesn't help nobody. You know what I mean?
I got you, man.
Like,
I kind of live by the phrase, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it. That's the nice part of me. But then I also realize that, like, if you're gonna say something negative, come with some solutions.
For sure.
You can't just say you hate something and okay.
So the one little preface that I will give you about the album, it is for all intents and purposes a journey that I try to bring the listeners on from start to finish. So this is like I said, it's my latest one, and it is the only project in my catalog I've ever taken like a whole year and some change to do, constructing everything literally from the ground up. It is my diary of fucking diaries. Everything that you ever needed to know about Kaesevyn as an artist is this album, and then whatever the hell comes out after that. So my biggest point with this particularly, and and all the music that I make, I just want it to resonate with people. I want to be able to give somebody something that they can listen to when they feel like they don't have anything else. I want to give people, because music has done so much for me, I just want to give it right back. You know what I mean? It's helped me through the darkest of times. It's helped me through the worst of times. And I want to be that for somebody else. I want to give somebody else, hey, this is what I listen to when I'm feeling like this, because he hit the shit right on the nail for me.
Got you, dog. I'm going to be looking forward to it.
I appreciate you, man. I really do.
Likewise, dog. My last question for you, question that ties everything together. 100, 200, 300 years from now, our descendants are watching this video, I'd like to tell them?
Don't ever let anyone get in your way of believing in yourself. No matter what. I don't care if it's your mom, I don't care if it's your dad, your brother, your sister, close friends, partners, whatever it is that you got. If you have a dream, chase that shit. Go after it and don't let anybody stop you, because the only one who can stop you is you. You're going to be your biggest enemy and your biggest hero throughout your entire journey. Don't let anyone get in your way.
I hear you, man. They hear you. Any last things you'd like to add before we head out of here? Feel free to plug too.
Oh no, for sure, that, man. Just the plugs, man. For everyone who's watching. First and foremost, I appreciate you so much for sticking all the way through. So I'm Kaesevyn, Kaesevyn. You can find me mainly on Instagram at Kaesevyn. I do have a Twitter, but Twitter is the wild, wild west of the internet, and I'm scared to go there. So if you're on Twitter and you want to talk to me there, that's fine too, bro. All I do is like post updates and post promo. That's what that's for. I've got some visuals coming out on YouTube. Most of my music you can find, like I said, on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, Deezer, Amazon Music, really wherever you stream your music at, you can find me. And for any artists out there who want to collab, who want to work on something, who want to, try to get to the next level, by all means, man, hit your boy up, because I refuse to ever deny an artist, someone who's trying to do the same shit as me. I refuse to deny anybody an opportunity to get further. If I can open a door for you, or I can introduce you to some people, that'll get you to where you want to be at, that's my job, man. Like that's my job as an artist. Whether I get something out of it or not, that's what I want to do. So by all means, man, any artist wants to collab, network, whatever it is that you want to do, man, just hit me up. I'm only a text message away.
Right on, K, man. Thank you again for stopping by, and I hope you don't mind.
Man.
I was gonna say, I hope you don't mind me shortening your name to K. I like
that. No, dude, that's fine. Look, dude, most people either call me K or they call me Seven. It don't matter, man. I know you're talking about me. It's cool.
I should have gone by 7 because I'm 34 out here, but
it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all
love. But yeah, man, thank you. I want to thank the folks out there too. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or watching on YouTube, definitely appreciate your time as well. Please remember to reach out, reach forward. As always, much love.
Much love, man. God bless y'all. Peace.
We'll catch you guys next time on 34 Questions. Say that one more time. Peace.
Catch you next time on 34 Questions. No, wait, what was that what I was supposed to say? My bad.
No, just say the peace part, man.
Peace.
Peace. Yeah.